Stitch number 21 is the whipped chain stitch. As you can see, it's made up of 2 colors. You can use just one color if you want, but with the 2 colors you get more of the effect of the stitch. Here's a different one. I like using 3 strands to work the chain stitch, but you can use just one if you want. So you come up from the back of the fabric, insert the needle back down, and then make sure that your needle is inside of the loop of the thread. And you insert the needle in the same spot where you came up, and then you come up inside the loop of the thread again, pull the thread, and then you insert the needle back down, come back up inside the loop, insert the needle in the same spot, and again come up inside the loop, insert the needle in the same spot, right. I think we can just squeeze in one more of the chain stitches like that, and then you secure it with a small stitch across the loop to secure the row of stitching. So now you thread another needle, or the same needle with a different color if you want, and then you come up right at the base of the row of chain stitching, and then you pass the needle under the first chain. You don't catch the fabric until you get to the other end of the chain. This is all on the surface. So you pass the needle under from right to left, and the next chain you do the same. Pass the needle under the chain from right to left, and you carry on like that, passing the thread under the chains until you get to the end. It's really easy to do, but I think it creates a really nice effect. So when you get to the end here, you insert the needle back down. So before you, or to start the whipping, as it's called, you came up on the left side, so now you want to insert the needle right at the top of the chain on the right side, like that, and that's the whipped chain. So I've used 3 strands for the chain and 2 strands for the whipped thread. So let's try it here on the alphabet. You can work the chain stitches any way you want. I just find it easiest to work from the straight line up here at the top. So I insert the needle back where I came out, and then I come up inside the loop. So now I'm going to work a chain and then we'll come back to whipping. Right, so I didn't quite have enough thread to finish this pass round. I would suggest that you finish the whole thing, so I would come in with a different thread but before you start doing the whipping, but for this I'll just start the whipping before the chain is finished. So I'm going to come up on the left and then I pass the needle under from right to left, and I just carry on like that, passing the needle under each chain from right to left, or you could do it left to right. That would just mean that the diagonal stitching here, that would just go in the other direction. Now if it was your whipping thread that wasn't long enough, let's say you had enough thread to get to here, then what you would do is pass the needle back down as you're finishing a whipped stitch here. So I would pass it down on the left side, finish it off, and then come back with a new thread and come up at the same point, and then you would carry on adding the whipped stitches. I really like this stitch, both because of how it looks and the texture it has, but also because it works out really quickly. It takes a bit of time to do the chains, but even that doesn't take that long. And as you can see, the whip stitches come on really quickly. Right, so now I'm at the end of the chain, but of course I need to come in and extend it, so I'll stop it here. So depending on how thick your chains are, you should have room for 4 to 5 chains inside the U here. The tutorial you have just watched is part of a series of 31 stitch tutorials that I have made to go along with the pattern for this embroidery stitch sampler. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you want to check out the pattern, you can find the link in the description. and whatever you're making, happy stitching.